All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we have some great news coming from the underground. As speculation is that Errol Spence Jr. may have changed his mind about a major fight, and that there now is a good chance that we may get something maybe a little too late, but still, I'll take it. And that is a fight with Keith one-time Thurman. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 154-pound division, where I am being told that Errol Spence Jr. is not retiring, and that there is a significant chance that we really could get a fight that I've been wanting to see for years, and that is the fight with Keith one-time Thurman. Not a straightaway type of situation, but the way that the 154-pound division is playing out, this could be a spectacular fight for championships. But before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you guys so much for your continued support. It really makes a huge, huge difference to the channel, especially to the people that support in the super thanks. But let's get into this because I know that this is a bit of a retro video. This is a topic that has been big for several years, but because of the way politics played out, it kind of got put in the background. But now is the perfect time to talk about it again, as the PBC is ramping up for the remainder of the year with a bunch of different pay-per-view cards, and my understanding is also some non-pay-per-view cards on Amazon Prime. As we know, one of the biggest stars that is out there in boxing, specifically American boxing, but boxing in general, is Errol Spence Jr. Was involved in one of the biggest fights that we've had over the last couple of years with Terrence Crawford, but experienced a severe loss to Terrence Crawford, and he's been out of the ring for about 2 years. So people are saying, hey, man, what is Errol going to do? He was originally going to come back and fight Sebastian Fundora for the WBC title, but that went away as Errol took more time off and said, look, he's going to come back when he's ready, which led to a lot of speculation about whether or not he would come back or not. My sources are telling me that now that he is coming back, and that he may have been changing his mind and is maybe more open to a mega fight that was possible years ago, and that's with Keith Thurman. Now, as you know, Keith Thurman recently came back and had a knockout win in Australia, and was, after that fight, was supposed to be fighting Tim Tszyu. Now, when that fight fell apart because Tim Tszyu agreed to fight Sebastian Fundora for the WBC title, that freed up Keith Thurman. Now you have Errol coming back at 154. You have Keith Thurman campaigning at 154. And that means that you have basically a little in-house tournament that was not much different than what was taking place several years ago and resulted in Jermell Charlo becoming the undisputed champion of the world. As we know, Errol has said on several occasions that he would not fight that he would not fight Keith Thurman, that, because Keith Thurman refused to fight him when Errol was on the come up and Keith Thurman was a unified champion. Errol subsequently said, no, I never want to fight him. When I say never, I mean never. And the fortunate and unfortunate thing about Errol Spence Jr. is that Errol Spence Jr. is very, very, very stubborn guy. He is somebody that says when he says he's going to do something, he really does seem like he gets focused and he really bears down and decides, hey, that I'm not going to do that. However, what I'm being told is that, look, man, situations have changed, and you have Errol Spence Jr., who only has a certain amount of fights left in his career and is going to want to make as much money as he can over the next several fights. And Keith Thurman, whether or not Errol likes him or not, is an absolutely perfect matchup for Errol at this time in his career because both of those guys are older. Both of them have been inactive, but yet both of them are still big names. And the lead into the fight would be absolutely exciting because of the ability for Errol to sell fights and the ability to Keith Thurman to sell fights. And it's just a situation, in my opinion, where there's money on the table and it just doesn't make sense for them not to take that money off that table. At the point where Errol is in his career, I don't think Errol should be fighting guys like Brian Norman Jr., guys like Jaron Ennis, knowing that they would have to move up to 154. Guys like that, Sebastian Fondoras and the such. Errol, I think, has earned the right to have not only just some easy fights where he can get a win and look good and knock the rust off and all of that, but he also deserves to have those big pay-per-view events with the people that are still contemporaries to him. And Keith Thurman, Keith Thurman, I know, would complete that picture. Not only that, if you look at the way, and this is going to be something that people may not agree with me on, but I'm telling you, I really do believe this is the truth. That Keith Thurman and Errol Spence Jr. will probably outsell Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. And why do I say that? Because Canelo Alvarez has not been pushing big numbers over on DAZN. And on top of it, the way that these guys have gone about planning this fight, it's so much misinformation out there about it. So many different, it's going to be promoted by TKO. This will be the first TKO promotion. The fight's going to be on September 12th. On Friday in Allegiant Stadium, tickets go on sale. Then they turn around and say, oh, nope, sorry, we're not going to do it. Sella's going to be promoting it. It's not going to be promoted by Dana White and TKO. So this is not going to be the first TKO card. Oh, and by the way, it may not even be in Las Vegas, and it's not going to be on that Friday. It's going to be on a Saturday. That type of mismanagement is going to drag that fight down and drag the sales for that fight down to the ground. I believe that's exactly what happened with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight as well, with all the on again, off again, on again, off again, on again, off again negotiations that ultimately pushed people away from even being concerned, about that fight. So in the end of the day, this Errol and Keith Thurman, who both have established fan bases, and in an event that could be held in Dallas, which would be a sellout, and in an event that you don't have to spend ungodly amounts of money to try to promote, this fight between Errol and Keith Thurman is going to be more profitable and may actually sell and generate more revenue than Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, because those guys' situation is just so horribly mismanaged. But I am certainly hoping that what I'm being told is true, that Errol is reconsidering this, and this could be one of the fights that he comes back for as he finishes up his career. I'd be incredibly excited about it. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.